Hello boys and girls, we are looking at lesson 10-2, but we're going to jump ahead to page 338. I'm assuming that you are pretty confident now on how to work with the pan balance. But right now on page 338, question 13, we have to make our own and solve the value, okay? So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, let's read number 13 and stop and add what it's asking us to do, or the information that we receive, we will record it. Okay, number 13. 2 pens weigh as much as 1 compass. Okay, go ahead and draw that. So we have our 2 pens here, 1 and 2, and it is the same as 1 compass. Okay, and then as we continue reading, we have 1 pen and 1 compass together weigh as much as 45 grams. 45 grams. We have only 1 and 1 compass weigh 45 grams. Let's think about what each pen must weigh if these 2 pens weigh as much as 1 compass, but then 1 compass and 1 pen weigh 45. Let's move this out of the way for now, and let's try to work on this black screen here. Okay, we'll move this out of the way. Put this up here where it goes for now. Okay, and let's work on the black screen. So far, all we know is that 2 pens equals 1 compass. Okay, there we go. Okay, but then later on, we're also told right here that 1 pen and 1 compass together weigh 45 grams. Okay, 45 grams. Let's move this out of the way again. Okay. So now we have 1 pen and 1 compass equals 45 grams. Let's do a little replacing. Since we're saying here that this is the same as this, 2 pens is the same as this, that must mean that this is the same as this. Correct? Okay, so now let's replace this compass with 2 pens, since they're the same thing. So now we have 3 pens equals 45 grams. Well, then what is each pen weigh? Can we divide 45 by 3? 45 divided by 3 is equal to 15. So there we have it. Okay, each pen, because we say the 3 pens weigh 45 grams, so each pen weighs 15 grams. Okay? So let's go ahead and add that at the bottom here where it says 1 pen weighs 15 grams. Now we need to know how much 1 compass weighs. Well, that's easy because we figured that 1 pen and a compass weighs 45 grams. And we now know that 1 pen weighs 15 grams. Well, if one weighs 15 grams, all we have to do is subtract 45, which is the 3 pens or 2 pens and 1 compass. We're going to draw it. 1 pen and 1 compass is 45 grams, but we understand that also 1 compass is 2 pens. So 1, 2. We got rid of that. Okay, well, and now we know that each pen weighs 15 grams. Because 15, 30, 45. Well, that must mean that this weighs 15 and 15, which is 1 compass weighs 30 grams. Okay, boys and girls, you need to have this answer for tomorrow. Okay, put a star right there. And even a little smiley face at the bottom to show that you watched this part of the video and you solved it with all of these answers exactly the way you see them here with this replacement here. Okay? On page 239, we're going to display fractions on a line plot right here. We have been given all of these fractions. The best thing that we could do first is simplify them. As you can see, the denominators in most of them are divisible by 2. Okay, but actually in all of them. but in some of them, the numerator is not divisible by 2. So we'll have to divide it the bottom. So let's go ahead. Let's simplify them to the lowest possible. And then let's put them down here in order. All 60 of them from the least to greatest. So least to greatest. Let's put the greatest one here and the least here. Okay, go ahead and try that. One way to start could be by picking out all the wholes. So if I were to do this, I would pick the 10 over 10, 16 out of 16, the 8 over 8, 4 over 4, and do we have any others? No. And those are all equal to 1. Correct? So how many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's plot them down at the bottom on the number line right here. Okay, this is called a line plot. So let's go ahead and plot them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Okay, I would try to see if I have any zeros. And I do. Okay? I have 1. Do I have any more? Let's see. 1/4. No. No more zeros. I can say that I have 1. And now, I think the next easiest one is to plot the half. The half point would be somewhere around here, if I had to choose the half. Okay, let's see where my halves are. And you can see that we have 3 of them. 3 over 6, 5 over 10, and 6 over 12. So we have 3 halves. So let's plot those. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, perhaps we could also start with 1/4. Okay, 1/4 would be here, or with 3/4. Okay? So this would be 0. This would be 1/4. This is known as half. And this would be 3/4. Okay? 1 out of 4. See, 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/2, which is 1 out of 1 and 2 halves. Or 3/4, 1, 2, 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4/4. So let's see, do we have, perhaps we could do 1/4. As you can see, we have 1/4, which is 1/4, and then we have 2/8, which if you were to simplify it, would also be 1/4, right? Because if you divide both of them in half. And then over here you can see that we have the 3 over 12, which is 1 out of 4. We have 1 here and 3/4 here. So 1/4. So how many do we have? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, boys and girls, identify the rest of them. You might also have 1/8. Don't forget, 1/8 would be right between the 0 and the 1/4. We can also break this up into 8ths along like this. Go ahead and figure those out. Please do not forget to write them in here in order, okay, in the simplest form, and then finish plotting them. And for the last part of this lesson, please identify the maximum, the median, mode, and minimum. Which ones did you have the least of? Okay, which one did you have the most of? And which ones you had which one was repeated the most? And which one was right in the middle if you were to cancel them out from one end to the next. Find the sum of the 16 fractions. The sum means you have to add all 16 fractions. Add them. So you must find the sum. Adding them all up. Write the mean to the 16 fractions. Label the mean on the line plot. Okay, label the mean. Where would the mean be? Remember, the mean is the average. And find the range from the lowest to the highest number. Okay, I will be checking this in class, all of these answers right in this section, boys and girls, making sure that you do have them all correct. This will be something that gets graded for your formative assessment.